Group D, EffOrt versus ForGG. And I only just realized, I was checking my channel, I typed in the search because I couldn't remember the last ForGG game I did outside of the Korean Air OSL, and it turns out I've never casted a ForGG game, and at least not until these games it gets yellow this OSL, so I never realized that. I'd watched so many ForGG games that I felt like I'd commentated them. But okay, this is going to be my first commentated round of 16 game with ForGG. And of course I've commentated on EffOrt matches in the round of 16 before, and EffOrt continues to disappoint. But I think he's going to turn that around this season. EffOrt is one of the many great players with potential to be even greater, but you have to keep up that consistency. You have to keep up a consistent level of greatness to win a Star League. It's very, very difficult to win a Star League because not only do you have to play great, you have to play great against every race, in every situation, against any number of people in a series on any map. It takes a lot of consistency. That's why you always see the well-rounded players winning these things, like Jadong, Flash, Stork. They have a very well-rounded air about them. Except down at the 8 o'clock position in orange is EffOrt, scouting up to the 10 o'clock position where ForGG is. And yeah, it's been very frustrating to watch EffOrt because he performs when he doesn't even need to, usually. When he really needs to win a game is usually when he doesn't. Like against Flash and the... was it Batu? Probably was Batu or Bacchus. Man, I've done so many OSLs, I forget which one is which sometimes. But yes, he failed. Actually, in the last OSL, he did great against Fantasy. Played a really good game against Fantasy on Sin Chipong Ryong. No, it wasn't Chipong Ryong. Another two-player map, Heartbreak Ridge. I like them both equally. Those are probably my two favorite maps to play on Battle.net or whatever, what have you. But, yes. What was I talking about? Oh, EffOrt. So, EffOrt, he played very well against Fantasy in that game on Heartbreak Ridge, but he didn't even need to. If he won the game, he was going to get knocked out. If he lost the game, he was going to get knocked out. So there was no reason for him to feel any pressure, and that's probably why he played so good. Yeah, players, when they're not pressured, it's like in interviews when you hear the players talking about, well, Sky High does so good in practice. I mean, all the CGNTS guys are like, Sky High is definitely the best guy here. He always beats all of us, but when the pressure's on, he usually didn't perform, at least until the Winners League finals, of course. But still, Sky High still isn't living up to his full potential, I think. He was doing good for a while, but only because he had an ego about him from that win. But, okay, let's... Ooh, a very early gas from ForGG. So we might see a two-port Wraith or something, maybe a mech build. Yes, getting an early gas definitely indicates you want to go for your factory first, get a very early factory. But EffOrt is going to scout this eventually. He's going to see that coming. The Hawk! Yeah, there's a picture of a hawk because EffOrt's nickname in Korea is the Hawk. Because of his eyes, I believe, just his general appearance. I think his nickname everywhere else is the Alien, because he kind of looks like an alien version of a hawk, like an alien hawk man. But the factory coming up, here comes the drone. Drone's going to come in to scout that. And EffOrt must have seen an SCV up here or something, because he's hanging around with this Overlord at this location, just kind of at the natural location. So he's coming up here, he sees the Marine. Actually, this could be very bad for EffOrt if he can't get in with some kind of scout. Yeesh. Because he sees that one Marine there, but he needs to get in with something and get the scout on what ForGG is doing. He's not going to expect the factory first. It's a very unorthodox build these days, especially. For a while there, all kinds of Terran players were going for mech. Just mech. Yeah, this is going to be a mech build from ForGG. Very strange. You almost never see mech these days because Zerg pretty much come up with a good counter to it, but not if they don't know it's coming.